All right, let me try to upload this real quick. I don't have a lot of time, but like a week before Russia invaded the Ukraine, somebody said to me that they just can't believe how crazy the world is getting. They don't even want to turn on the news because they never know what's going to happen next, and that's before the invasion. And I got to thinking, and I made a comment or two about how the world just doesn't seem real. It feels like a fake world. This fake world that we seem to be trapped in. We're trapped in this like psychotic game that somebody at a higher level is playing on us. And if you're familiar with the this game, which you probably are, you're well aware of the amazing cards. This thing was made in the mid 90s. It came out in the mid 90s. And these cards that, I don't know, they are a little too accurate for some people to believe it's by accident. But I thought I'd talk about, just for a second, some of these world events that are going on all around. And this game that has all these cards from the mid 90s. This I thought was funny that they made this card because this after school Satan is an actual thing. There's an after school care program that's run by Satanists, if you didn't know. When I saw the backlash card, I thought, oh, that looks like Justin. Of course, everybody knows that's probably the most famous two cards in the game because, I mean, come on, just pretty accurate. There's the mind control of entertainment, the mass, mainstream media and Hollywood. And everything's leading to this VR technology. When I saw that card, I thought it was like Bitcoin, but I got to thinking, what if these higher entities were just these higher entities were just sitting around a table playing this game, and for us, we're like in the game, we're stuck in the game, we're boots on the ground in the game, and we're experiencing it in our lives. We're just seeing it play out. There's Ron Paul and Alex Jones. This is funny for the mid 90s for this game to have this card because this didn't really become a thing in my lifetime until like 2015. That's when this whole flat earth thing came up. Mandela effects, March on Washington. And some of these things are easy to predict. There's Trump. And some of them are just pretty dang amazing. So, something else I wanted to talk about on that one. So you're just looking through my picks here. Oh, by the way, I made that the cover of a recent video before other people started using it. And as soon as I saw this picture of this cop in Canada, I thought, man, wouldn't that just be a great picture for like the cover of Life magazine? I mean, it just it just says so much, Anyway, pressed for time, just so you know, while all of this is going on with Russia, the World Health Organization is talking about how they're going to face the future problems with these things that we've been going through the last couple years. And if you read this article, all you got to do, I'm not going to leave links, just type in the words exactly within quotes and the article will pull up. Anyway, basically this whole article is saying they're going to, the WHO is going to have worldwide global control. They're going to have license to do a lot more. They need to have more control over people, and the sovereignty of nations needs to be kind of broken up for this to happen, because they need to be legally more powerful to impose their rules on people when there's a future outbreak. This is happening right now. This is global. This is a one world controlled system. And their complaint was they didn't have enough control in this last thing that occurred. They had limited powers. So what are they going to do to get more, to to solve this problem of limited powers. And everything that's happening in the news right now is going right along with the Great Reset, the New World Order. It's going along with the plan. It's going along with the agenda. Putin and Trudeau and Biden and all these guys are actually, if you look at the grand scheme of things, they are working together, whether they know it or not. I don't know. But they are working together because all of this chaos is what's necessary for us to move into the main tenets of the Great Reset, which one of them is we got to take down the West. We got to take down the U.S. We got to take down them as a world power. We have to disrupt everything. So when that person said that they didn't want to turn on the news, I said, well, you could just open up the book of Revelations or, just to give you a couple. And if we are in the end times. The end times, really, biblical end times would make a great card game in itself. Some of these images. Take a look at this one that says, then I look and I saw a black horse and its rider in his hand a pair of scales. And there's the card from the Illuminati card game. I heard what sounded like a voice among four living creatures saying a quart of wheat for a denarius. All this stuff is talking about inflation and the markets and a black, to be in the black in capitalism on P&Ls and balance sheets. To be in the black is a term that you use in capitalism. This is one of the forces of capitalism. And when it's talking about scales, it's talking about marketplaces and inflation. And this is one of the seals or the horses in Revelations. Also, there's a red horse as well. And who doesn't think of communism when they think of red in today's world? This other horse was bright red, or another version is fiery red or great red. But he had permission to take peace away from the earth and to slay other men with a great sword. So the red horse brings war. The black horse brings inflation. Those are just a couple things in Revelations. Now, the white horse very likely is the Catholic Church, the Pope, the Vatican, but somebody made some interesting comparisons to the crown, the corona here, and I thought that was kind of funny, but I thought it was worth mentioning. You should know that there is these connections, or there are these connections being made with current events. Of course, you've got that new statue in front of the UN, which I don't have a picture of right now, but it's in there. So these are just some of the things that have been going on, some of the crazy things in our world. And I just wanted to talk about, or y'all to think about, how crazy everything is and where it's going. And there's a verse here that says in Ephesians chapter 6, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this world's darkness, against spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms. Kind of like they're playing this Illuminati game in heavenly, these higher entities, these powers and principalities. They're playing this Illuminati game in heavenly places. And another Mandela effect right there. You got Bill Gates is already putting out books and talking about the next pan. He's talking about the next one already. And all of this moves in conjunction. These wars that are going on, these protests, these marches on Washington, these convoys, this disruption, all this chaos, all of this moves towards the Great Reset and the New World Order. Eventually, what it's going to move towards, and this is another card in the game, is this. These suckers, the move to put these things in your brain as a mind control device is very strong on the move. The merging of technology into your body, that is completely biblical. It is so on the rise. I can't even begin to tell you how close I feel we are to come to this. And this is where, once you merge that technology with your brain, they own you. And the end game here is to have a world of minions that worship the devil. That's biblically. If you want to follow the Bible, Lucifer has his time in the last days, and All of this stuff just comes together. So before you think this technology is just so wonderful, think about where it's leading. Think about when Elon Musk was controlling the movements of that monkey through a neural link that he connected through his brain. Realize that you are that monkey.